we are going back. Back to the beginning, so to speak. In this particular story, it is cold and you are hungry. Do you remember the last time you asked for food outside of mealtime at the Silver City Orphanage? And it resulted in not one, but two absent meals to follow, accompanied by a backhanded slap to the face from the dwarven mistress Frida that runs this orphanage. Because of this, you have actually grown quite a disliking towards dwarves. You don't quite feel comfortable around them. Things here are obviously less than ideal, and but it's what you know. It's what you've always known. You've been in this orphanage as long as you can remember. You have no memory of what came before. The story takes place before the curse fell, obviously, before you met your friends Jed, Daniel, and Artie. But this is back when only your wits really got you through. You had one cold meal a day, and you shared one large orphanage bedroom, if it can even be called that, with several other children, both boys and girls. Two of these children, a boy maybe a year or two younger than yourself, and a girl. The girl slept on the other end of the orphanage room that you guys were in. You hate them the least. You don't really have a lot of people you care for there, but you hate these two the least. Occasionally you'd have a decent chat while you're cleaning the chimneys of the orphanage with the boy. You'd laugh once in a while regarding how awful the gruel you ate was. You'd make jokes about how it may have used to have been alive, and you'll go back and forth about the disturbing secret ingredients that may be inside of it. This is where you've grown up. You've been here your whole life as far as you know. Same actually with the boy, which is why you guys are so close. Same with the girl, really. Like, all of you, as far as you know, you've all kind of been in there.
But Xander does remember his parents.
Once in a while, when you're dreaming at night, you will see someone that in your head you call father, someone in your head you call mother. You can't recall the sound of their voice, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, the two kids, particularly the one girl and the boy. The boy has dark, kind of wavy hair, greenish eyes. The girl she's younger than both you and the other boys. She's maybe 9, maybe about 9 years old. But she's very funny, she's very sweet, and the two of you kind of act like older brothers too, where that's kind of the role you build, at least in what you imagine to be a brother-sister relationship. But she's a very sweet girl, blue eyes, long blonde hair. So yes, in reflection, you do suppose that these are your friends, or the closest thing you can imagine of what friends would be. So, Xander, what are the boy and girl's names?
Jane and Austin. Jane Austen.
I'm a fan. Nice. Okay, cool.
Just finished Sense and Sensibility, baby.
You and Austin, particularly, you make the best that you can of your time at the Silver City Orphanage. Though obviously one question does plague your mind, which is, well, one series of questions really. Who are you? Where did you come from? Did you have brothers and sisters? Did your family abandon you? Did they leave you there in hopes that you would have a better future than they could provide? None of these questions really ever seemed like they were going to be answered. One particular night, you and Austin are in your bunks, him on the bottom and you on the top bunk. I take it that Xander's probably a top bunk kind of guy. That's my
yeah.
Yeah. And as you're laying there, the other kids are asleep. You and Austin, you're kind of the older kids there, so you're kind of, just chilling out, laying in bed.
Yeah, we're the cool old kids that eat mushrooms. Yeah!
Mushrooms!
I'm an astral project all the time, dude.
While you're laying in bed, however, you glance over at the long rows of these bunk beds that go down in this giant room. And next to you, there's a bunk bed that is empty. Austin observes this as well. And he actually goes ahead and asks you, Xander, what happened to Gregory? Did he get adopted?
That I cannot tell you.
I didn't see anyone come in to get him.
Maybe Miss Frida knows where she is.
Maybe. Should we go ask her, do you think? Or...
Obviously. We probably should. Don't want to get too worried.
So, with that, you and Austin get out of bed and go towards the main door that leads into the large room. However, when you go up to it, you check the handle, it is locked. That's when you kind of remember, you're like, Miss Frida, she locks the doors every night. Miss Frida's not a nice lady. She's very abusive, does not care for the kids at all. So this leads to our first kind of situation, how to go about this. Now, Austin at this time is looking around and he's saying, I think Miss Frida has our files.
I do think so too.
They should be past your quarters, but we'll have to get out of here first, obviously. We gotta stay quiet, but do you have any ideas on how to get out of here?
Other than what can be in the little, I guess you'd call toy chest over there, is all we can really check. See if we can find something to open the door.
Go ahead and roll a d20. We're gonna do an investigation check.
Looks like a 5.
Okay. You're digging through the toy chest, and it's pretty bare. There are a couple things in there. There's a red teddy bear in there. There is a few wooden toys. Certainly not even half as many as there should be for the amount of kids that's in there.
Knowing Xander, he's a sneaky kid. He doesn't like Miss Frida. He does things he's not supposed to, I'd imagine. Would it be out of the realm of possibility for Xander to have anything any kind of small weapon under his pillow, or something that he's kept from Austin and Miss Frida and everybody else? Because, he can get in big trouble for it.
He has his blanket,
That's fair enough.
His clothes, his pillow. You have a piece of flat bread stuffed in your pillowcase, particularly for those times where Miss Frida doesn't care to feed you when she should. As you're looking up at your bunk and you are determining your next steps and everything, you see there's a lantern hanging up there. There's lanterns all over this place, just oil lanterns. And one particular lantern, all of them are out right now, it is bedtime. One particular lantern you see, part of the metal caging around it seems to be bent out of place.
Hey, see that little metal cage over there? I think I can break that off and we can use that.
You go ahead and climb up there. Austin kind of stays behind, kind of on watch a little bit. He's kind of watching over the other kids. They're all still asleep, it looks like. And you get up there, and you kind of fiddle with the bar a little bit, and it's still on there. It is a metal bar. Roll a strength check for me, please.
12.
You pull at the bar, and you get the piece of metal, and you go up towards the door, and you jam it in, and I'm going to have you do a lot of rolls, obviously, because this is your playthrough. So give me a sleight of hand check, please.
I got a 20. Hey.
Wow. Is that a natural 20?
Yeah.
Nice. And the door opens in front of you. And Austin is just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So ahead of you now, you see a row of about 8 to 12 lanterns hanging on the, lining up the walls going down the hallway. It's just one singular straight hallway. The left side is all just wall, brick walls, stone floors. Everything is in this warm lighting, and you can almost feel the heat off of the lanterns because of how cold it is. There's one door straight ahead. That is the door out of the orphanage entirely. However, you're on the second floor, so it's a staircase downstairs, and so on and so forth. On your right, on the wall to the right, there are 3 doors, and from closest to furthest to you, the first door is the lavatory, aka the bathroom. The second door is the kitchen, and the third door is Miss Frida's quarters.
If I'm gonna look at Austin, and I'm gonna tell him that I'm hungry, before we do any more investigation, we're gonna head to the kitchen and get us something to eat.
That's the best idea I've heard all day. So you guys start heading out there, and it's very quiet. Everything is very, very quiet tonight. So you're both very careful with your steps and everything, but you open the kitchen door and you go in there, and in front of you, you see, you've seen it a million times because sometimes you guys have kitchen duty, but you see there's a fireplace that's currently not burning, and then in the pantry above, that's where you know something probably is.
Well, knowing Austin and Xander, they'd probably want to find Jane something too, just something for her. And honestly, anything for the 3 of them to eat, something to surprise Jane with.
Awesome. So yeah, go ahead and roll your investigation check.
Oh, got a 3. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, it is not your fault entirely, because as you open up the pantry, you do remember that Miss Frida, being the woman that she is, she's selfish, and she does not care about the kids, and so she keeps very, very little in that pantry. You see a half, maybe even a quarter loaf of very cold stale bread, just kind of tucked in a corner. On the countertop, you see, like I said, you see forks, and you actually do see a series of knives on there. Austin kind of nudges you, and we might need them.
I agree.
You both go ahead and take a knife that fits your hand accordingly. Obviously, you have smaller hands and everything, so you get a couple of fillet knives.
I'm gonna reach and go grab the bread, and then I would like to go back and slip it under Jane's pillow or under her arm, whichever.
So yeah, you guys go back in there and you find Jane's pillow, and you slip it actually like under her blanket, right next to her like torso, because Xander, like I said, you've done this for a while, and you know that by the time she wakes up, the heat from her body will actually warm up that bread and soften it a little bit, and you're very considerate. And by the way, I love that energy. I love that type of personality within Xander. So take a note.
Xander's a great guy.
Xander is a great guy.
Until later on in his life, where he just does not care anymore.
He's been through a lot. That being said, though, I would like you to take a note or include it if you can to your character sheet. You have 1 inspiration point.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing to have.
It's the word inspiration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After you're done doing that, what's next on the menu for Xander? What are you guys thinking?
Well, I'm gonna nudge Austin and nod to the door, saying that we need to go to Miss Frida's room and find out what happened to the other kid.
So as you guys are going past the lavatory, you go past the kitchen door again. You get to Miss Frida's bedroom, and Austin looks at you and he goes, "Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?"
I got it.
All right, after you. So go ahead and roll a stealth check if you would like to.
I got a 15.
You push the door open, and it creaks ever so slightly, very, very quietly. It is dark in the room. There are the embers of a fire burning in a very small fireplace. To your left, you see a large window and a bed. However, the bed is empty.
Uh-oh.
Where can Miss Frida be at this time of night?
Is there any way I can just do an investigation roll and see what I can find? As in contents of like the cabinet, the boxes, before we move on into the other room.
Just tell me what you're searching and what you're looking for, and go ahead and roll it.
Honestly, my character doesn't like Miss Frida, looking for something valuable to take away from her. Something that she'll never find again. So I'm gonna check her cabinet. I got a 16.
You open the cabinet and you're looking through it, and first things first, you are just wafted by the smell of hard liquor, whiskey, and it doesn't really come as a surprise that Miss Frida's a drinker. You don't see anything in there particularly, so you go to the drawers underneath it, and you're rummaging through, and you regretfully realize that you are handling her unmentionables. You do find two things. You find a key, a little like cast iron key on a singular ring, and you find a few papers with some names on it.
Any mention of Gregory's name?
No, there are names you recognize, but they're from kids that have been gone for a while. There's also numbers next to them, just various numbers. This is also keeping in mind, though, Xander doesn't really know how to read that well. Austin takes a look at it too, but him being even younger than you, he's no better off. Austin does look at the key, though, and he goes, "What do you think that goes to? It's not the master key."
I have no idea.
Austin starts looking around as well, just trying to find anything valuable he can, and he goes through her nightstand next to her bed. He does actually find two little wooden boxes of matches. Well, this ought to help us see a little bit more. You can see everything a bit more clearly now. It's still dead quiet. The open door that was in front of you, it's still pitch black inside. However, the ambient light that's going in there shows just the bottom halves of what look to be kind of like bookshelves.
So I'm just gonna nudge to Austin and point over to the room and, you know, nudge him that way so we can go investigate that.
As you enter the room, sure enough, they were bookshelves, and they are stacked with multiple scrolls, just circular scrolls that are all over. The scrolls have different letters of the alphabet all over them, and there's a ton of them. Xander, this is going to be a little embarrassing. What letter does my name start with?
An A.
Okay. He goes over and he starts searching through the stack of A scrolls.
I would like to go check for my name in the X's, and then after I would love to go check the scroll titled G to go find out if we can find Gregory's name.
So go ahead and roll another investigation check for me.
6.
You find a few X titled names. Luckily, there's not a whole lot of them because, you know, not a whole lot of X names in there. So you do come across one. However, Austin is having immaculate problems finding his. He actually pulls one out. He goes, "Is this an A?" And it's a V.
Oh man, it's not that.
Okay. After maybe about 5-10 minutes ish, he comes across one. He unravels it. It says on the scroll, "Name Austin. Anonymously surrendered. Omnistair XVVI," which in this world that's like the date, how that works. That's like the time and date. Personal belongings, none. Status, prime.
Status what?
Prime. PRIME.
Prime.
Anonymously surrendered. What does that mean?
Sounds like you were just left on the doorstep of this place.
So they don't know who my parents are.
I believe not.
Okay. Have you found yours yet? By this time, you will have actually found one that says Xander on it.
Yeah, I found my scroll. Woo!
There you go. So you unravel it and you both look at it. Name Xander. Anonymously surrendered. Omnistair XVVI. Personal belongings none. Status crime. So does that mean you were just left here too?
I believe so. The dates match up as well.
Then he pulls out the second one that he had.
Oh wait, I have to know. I'm sorry, I have to know. I have to look for Jane's name.
Roll
Yes.
one more investigation check for me.
A 12.
It takes you just a minute or two, but you do happen to find a Jane scroll. While you're getting that, Austin opens up Gregory's scroll and he reads it. It says, name Gregory. Surrendered by Charles Philmont. XIIV. Belongings. Red stuffed bear. Status reaped.
Reaped.
What does that word mean, Xander?
Taken away, possibly?
It's not the same thing as adopted, is it?
I do not believe so, buddy.
That being said, you finally unravel the scroll belonging to Jane. The name is Jane. Anonymously surrendered. XVVI. No belongings. Status ready.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good. I don't like this sound.
At this exact time, you hear the sounds of a few voices coming up the stairwell towards the door and the jingling of keys as the door is unlocked.
Oh no, no.
This way, my lords. Just stay quiet. The kids need to sleep.
As you hear this noise happening, both of your hearts immediately drop to your stomach as you remember Miss Frida's door is wide open. What would you like to do in this moment?
I would like to tell Austin to turn off the lamp and go put it back up, and for me to get to the door to be able to close it and possibly try to get to our rooms, but I don't know if we have time. So maybe even just to close the door and hide it under the bed.
So he shuffles out really quick. He extinguishes the lamp and hangs it up, and it rocks.
I'm gonna tell Austin to get under the bed with me.
I'm gonna have both of us roll a stealth roll to get under the bed as you both shuffle under and tuck your feet in and hold your breath.
I got a 10.
He got a 14. You both really got to huddle in there, and the blankets are just shy of hitting the bottom of the or hitting the floor. So there is a small crack that you can peer out of and kind of see what's going on a little bit. You get there just in time to see 2, 4, and 6 feet start passing by the door slowly. One pair of the feet you recognize to be Miss Frida's gargantuan dwarven feet. The 2 others are completely unfamiliar. They are barefoot, and their feet are skinny and very pale, like just pale white.
Frida, our deal is wearing thin, dear. We do our best to stay out of trouble, but when your supply is slow to produce, it calls for drastic action. Understood, my lords, understood. I'm not trying to get shut down, you see. If the brats go missing night after night, people start to ask questions, and sure, more questions will be asked if the head mistress of the orphanage is found drained and shriveled to a husk of a dwarf. too, don't you think? Right. Of course, my lord. I meant no disrespect. Please, right this way. I have one ready for you. She's a sound sleeper, too. Pretty little thing, long blonde hair. You'll have no trouble with her. I should hope not. Some of your young bloods have quite the fighting spirit. Exciting as it may be, I have no desire to make this process hard on them.
You hear them start walking down the hallway and towards the main orphanage chamber.
What are they talking about?
My character, knowing who he is, he loves both Jane and Austin, and he's stuck on the dates. Obviously, they have a lot of the same information, but he's very upset because he knows something's wrong, and they are going to take away Jane, as he could believe because he saw. I would like to say that he knows. So, knowing my character, very upset, very angry, and wants to do his best to see if there's anything that he can do to help Jane, because by the sounds of their voices, I did not like them. Listen, Austin, we're gonna slowly get out of under the bed. You need to calm down. We're gonna go to the door, peek our heads through, and just try to assess the situation before we do something. But I think they're gonna take Jane, and we gotta do something about it, because I don't think what they're doing is right. I don't think kids have been being adopted from here.
I think you're right. We can't let them take Jane, and I don't know what ass means, but you're probably right. We should do that to the situation. So you climb out from under the bed, and as the door was not closed, you still hear them walking down the hall slowly. What is the first thing you would like to do?
We are just kids. I may be 13, but I bet you I'm not the biggest kid, being an orphan. We can't exactly go up in there and be like, you can't do that, because they're probably going to take us too. I know we have knives from the kitchen, but I don't want to do anything that's like violent, because I don't know what we're going up against. I guess I just kind of want to sneak behind them to kind of get a feel for what they are, like, because I can tell my character that Miss Frida is scared of them.
Yeah.
And that they're very rude to her. I might not like Miss Frida, but you know.
First things first is, as you approach the open door, everyone is left out of the hallway at this point. You can either roll a stealth check to make sure you're quiet. The trade-off will be you probably won't be able to see as much as you would like. Or you can do a perception check, which means I will tell you a bit more information about what's going on over there, but you're not going to be as well hidden.
I'm going to roll perception, and I'm going to look at Austin, and I'm going to say, just in case, bring out the knife that you grabbed from the kitchen. We do not know what will happen. So I'll roll for perception right now. I got an 11.
As you peer around the corner and you're checking them out and everything, Miss Frida is putting the key in the door right now, and she's shorter than you a little bit. She's maybe like 4 to 5 inches shorter than you are. These men are, first of all, in these long black cloaks with hoods on them.
They're vampires!
Their backs are facing you, and they are tall and skinny. I say they loosely, though, because there's only one of them behind Miss Frida.
But we saw 3 sets of footsteps.
Give me a dex saving throw.
Got a 10.
Xander and Austin are peering around, and they have the exact moment that you and I just had. They pause for a moment, certain that they counted the right amount of feet that walked past them. However, they see only one figure in Miss Frida. A long pair of arms grabs you both from behind, and a cloth goes over your head. And it is dark. You hear a voice that says,
You two have fighting spirits. I'm very proud of you both. You'll be remembered for your efforts. Now sit nicely. We'll be back soon.
Austin, and you are able to kind of flop the bag off of your head. And now you see that you are inside a carriage, the back of a horse-drawn carriage. Your arms are loosely wrapped up. They're wrapped up by rope, but it was done in a hurry. It wasn't really to keep it in there too much. However, the locked door of the carriage itself probably will do the job. What's happening? What's happening to us? Who was that? What's going on, Xander?
Austin, shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think right now, Austin. I swear to God, if you don't be quiet, I'm gonna do things worse than those men, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Austin, you need to calm down, man. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna find a way to get us out of here and get Jane, okay? You just need to be quiet. That's all you gotta do is calm down and let me think. That's all you gotta do, and you'll be out of here within minutes, okay?
Okay.
Just focus on your breathing and sit down.
Okay. I'm breathing. I'm okay.
Do I still have that metal bar by chance?
Yes, you have it tucked on the side of your hip, kind of where your waistline of your pants are.
So I would like to look around where we are in the back of the carriage.
Yeah, go for it.
Got a 14.
It's pretty tough to see exactly what's going on. You and Austin are on two kind of like bench-like side seats within the back of the carriage. To your left, away from the door, the door's on your right, you're sitting across from Austin. On your left, it seems like there are a few bags of something.
So I'm gonna scooch on over to the bags and see if I can empty out the bags and see what's in it.
Now this is keeping in mind, your arms are still bound.
You know what? I have a +1 on my strength. I'm feeling pretty strong today. I'm gonna roll for strength because I'm a big, strong boy.
Go for it.
Come on. I got a 12!
Your arms are like this, right? And you pull at them and you kind of twist. You kind of twist your arms. And in the back of your mind, you're recalling multiple occasions where Miss Frida, being the cruel mistress she is, in place of proper training, in place of proper child care, on the days where you would be a particular pain in her ass, she would bind you up with ropes and just leave you for a while to think about your problems. So you learned a thing or two. And you learned that if you turn your wrist just the right way, and you give it a twist, you can pop your hands right out.
Yeah!
So, now you want to investigate the bags, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and go for it, you can.
15.
You open one of the bags and you kind of pour it out and you shake it. And onto the floor, in piles, just falls down multiple items of children's clothing. Shirts,
Oh dear.
pants, shoes, socks, underwear, you name it, just piling down on the floor. You start going through like some of the pockets and stuff like that, and the only things you find are, you find a yo-yo,
Rad.
and you find a rock. There's a little pebble. This is keeping in mind that these are the clothes of orphan children. And then lastly, you find a actually, it looks like one of Miss Frida's old rulers, like a foot-long ruler, just made of wood.
I don't think I'll be able to get Austin out of his ropes, but I do think I can guide him out until we can find something, because with what I'm seeing, there's nothing we can do. So I'd like to head over to the lock and take out my piece of metal.
Do a sleight of hand check.
14.
So you put it in the keyhole, and you're jiggling around the metal. And earlier, when you picked the first door, you recalled that it was really, really cold. Now that you're outside in a carriage that's been there for a while, it is freezing cold. In fact, you think that there might actually be some ice on the lock itself. And because your pick's not going all the way in like it should, like there's something jamming in it. Xander, is there anything I can do to help? Just let me know. I'm here for you. I'm your friend. We gotta get Jane out of here. And he scoots up, and when he scoots up and he scoots his butt over, you hear a little thing go onto the floor that like falls from his pants or something like that.
We both have boxes of matches. So I'm just gonna sit there and just start whipping the matches out and holding them against the lock.
Go ahead and do one more sleight of hand check, but I'm gonna have you give it advantage because you heated up the rod and the lock.
14.
So you put it in and you jiggle it around, and you hear that snap, and the carriage doors open, and you're met with a cobblestone street side. The orphanage is to your right. You have some alleyways, streets to your left. It is dark outside, except for very bright moonlight and a little bit of fog.
Oh, we have to save Jane. I'm gonna help Austin down out of the carriage.
Okay.
And we're gonna run to the side of the orphanage.
Okay.
And actually, I want to grab, if it's possible, a few articles of clothing from the caravan. I want to take Austin to the side of the orphanage, bundle him up, and tell him to wait.
Okay.
Because I can't get him out of his ropes. There's not a way that I can right now. By sitting down. Wait here. I will be back.
Austin shivers quite a lot as you bundle him up in multiple things of clothes, but you tuck him away in a kind of like a dark corner, out of the way a little bit. Just be safe, please. Don't forget about me. And don't forget your matches. Just get Karen handy again. So, from then, Xander turns, and you face the large double doors of the orphanage. And in the back of your mind, you wonder exactly what it is that awaits you on the inside. But you know that you are ready to take it on.
I need to go back to the kitchen.
You go in through the main entrance, you turn right, and you start going up the winding staircase. When you get to the door, there is glass on the door, and it's like frosted glass, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like
Yeah.
glass. So you can't quite see what's going on there. However, do you want to make any kind of roll before you open that door to proceed?
My character is very confident and ready to go to the kitchen.
So you open the door confidently but quietly. Just open it. You look around. Down the hallway, straight ahead, the main door for the orphan room is wide open. It looks like they're still in there. And you hear some shuffling around in there, like there's something going on.
Actually, you know what? I want to go to Miss Frida's room because I have an idea. It might be a bad idea, but I have an idea.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna pull this off to just watch. I want to go to Miss Frida's room.
Once again, you're met by the warm ambience of the oil lamps that are lining the hallway. They're still burning really well and very warm. You turn left and you go into Miss Frida's room. Do you want to leave the door open or close it?
Leave it cracked, if possible.
Okay, so now you're in Miss Frida's room. Once again, there's no one in it, it seems. It's dark. You still have the embers of the fire burning. What's on your mind? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna walk over to her cabinet very confidently, and I'm gonna pull out as much of her alcohol that I can.
You can do 1 bottle per hand, so you can do like 2 bottles of like strong whiskey if you're feeling that.
I promise I'm not gonna drink them. I'm gonna walk over to the kitchen.
As you're exiting Miss Frida's room, you have 2 bottles in your hand. You kind of open the door with your elbow a little bit, and you can hear the mutter of the 2 figures speaking to Miss Frida in the main room, and they kind of are admiring the product, so to speak. You hear them saying, "Oh my, she is a pretty little thing. Oh, she'll be pleasant to take home with us." I'm going to ask you to do a stealth roll.
I got you.
Okay.
I got a 16.
You get your bottles, and you do just carefully kind of tiptoe over. And Xander, once again being very smart, you stick closer to the left wall where the lights are shining directly on you, so you're not casting a shadow and kind of doubling the motion that could be seen and that kind of thing. And you just, with your back, you just shift the door of the kitchen open, kind of use the bottles gently, kind of leave it cracked open again.
No, I will place the bottles down for a second on the cabinet, but I want to see if I can find anything else that'll come in handy. If I can just do an investigation roll.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, I got a 20. Sweet!
Very nice. You're going through the pantries, you're revisiting where you looked earlier, and you find 1 clove of berry.
I knew it! I knew it! They're vampires!
Find 1 clove of garlic, and in the utensil holder, you find a butcher's knife, which you saw earlier, but it didn't seem quite necessary, although now you're kind of reconsidering. Yeah, there's a butcher's knife, but there's also a carving fork, which is like one of those long 2-pronged forks that are like that long.
I do have a question.
I have an answer.
Are there windows in the main room where the orphans live?
So yes, there are. However,
But they're barred?
They're barred, yeah.
Alright, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to bravely rip my shirt in half. 'Cause I'm like that. And then I'm going to stick the cloths into the bottles of whiskey, obviously. As you see where this is going, this isn't going to end out really well. I'm just, you don't even know, right now I'm just like, rah! I'm just going to like, so what I want to do next is, I'm just trying to think of how to go about this next.
As you're doing all this, you hear a noise, and you immediately recognize it as Jane, and you hear her going,
Uh-oh. I have an idea.
yes.
I want to sneak back to... How far is the carriage away from the orphan?
It's like right outside the front door.
It's right outside the front door?
Yeah, like maybe like 10 feet away.
Alright. I want to go to the front door of the orphanage. First, I'd like to check to see who's in the hall.
Gotcha.
Run down there. I have an idea.
Okay. You peer around that corner then, and your eyes are met with 2 other eyes. Miss Frida has come through the door, and she stops dead in her tracks. And she just looks at you, and she looks so sad.
So at the second, right now, the vampires are, or the mysterious men are walking down the hallway.
They're vampires.
Okay, the vampires are walking down the hallway.
They're about to be. Miss Frida is currently in the beginning of the hallway, has spotted you. You've spotted her. The vampires are struggling with Jane, but they're close behind her.
I'm gonna put my hand on Miss Frida's shoulder and nod to her and tell her to, go to the back of the kitchen. I'm gonna grab one of the bottles of whiskey, apologize profusely because it hurts. I'm gonna get a match ready. I'm gonna bolt it. I want to bolt it to the front door.
So when you approach her, obviously this has to be a very quick encounter because the guys are not far behind her. Do a persuasion check on her if you will, and tell me what you would like to say to her.
I got an 11. I'm trying to save Jane, and you need to get out of my way.
If anything else happens, it's not on me.
I need you to stop the vampires for a few seconds. That's all I need.
I'm not gonna lie, your persuasion check for me was not quite high enough to convince her
Fair enough.
do that. She's much more afraid of them than she is of you.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to lose Jane, and I'm going to use my my inspiration point to save
Okay.
Jane.
Okay. So re-roll your persuasion check, and it has advantage.
A 17. Wow, the world works in funny ways.
So you tell her to distract the vampires.
Yes, and I give her the clove of garlic. Here, take this clove of garlic.
I would say you've been reading too many books. I doubt you can read. She puts it in her pocket, but she says, whatever you're going to do it quickly. And she turns her back to you and faces the vampires and begins speaking to them. My lords, I was thinking, perhaps tonight you could reap another. We have a couple of young lads over on those bunks over there. I know I've been giving you a hard time. Please, feel free to take them as well. They're nothing but troublemakers. So they're discussing that amongst themselves.
I need to make my way to the front door. I have a plan. It might not work, but I have a plan.
Do you want to roll a stealth roll or anything like that, or are you just looking?
Honestly, if she has their attention and she's talking to them about other kids, I think the conversation's going to go a little bit longer than I thought it was. So I will roll a stealth roll, just in case. 14.
You quietly start kind of like quick shuffling back to the door. As you grab the handle and turn it and you push the door open, your shuffling kind of gets the better of you. As you push the door open, it swings back on its own and you look back, and Miss Frida, you can see her shoulders have tensed up, and you just see from under a cloak in front of Miss Frida 2 yellow eyes.
Oh no. Oh.
You've been spotted.
And I gotta run.
So you turn and you start sprinting down the stairs.
I wanna light the Molotov.
You flip the match and catch the fabric on fire as you get to the bottom of the steps, and alarmingly, like you didn't even really hear it happening, but you hear the door at the top of the staircase snap open as you're being pursued, and a voice from back in the hallway is, "Get the young blood!"
I'm chucking it right at their carriage. Just chuck it. Catch that baby on fire. Yeah.
So you chuck it, the glass breaks, and the flame catches onto the side of it and starts burning instantly, sending embers up into the air. The light emitted from this burst of fire causes the horses that are in front of it to kick up, and they start sprinting off, dragging this flaming carriage behind them, which is like hitting things. Every child in this orphanage just woke up. And they're all sitting up out of bed and going, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they climb up, look out the windows, and they see this fiery carriage that's leaving the orphanage. "What's going on? Where's Miss Frida?" They turn, the door is wide open. Kids start flooding out as the vampire is still pursuing you.
I'm gonna turn around, the brave man I am, with the fire chariot behind me, rolling away, the smoke up in the air. I'm gonna hold up the butcher knife, all the confidence that I have, and I'm gonna swing at him.
He stops his sprinting and starts walking towards you, very tall and straight. And he takes his cloak and he removes his cloak, and he has a very thin white body and black tattoos all over his body, showing arcane runes and markings all the way from his neck down his chest.
Okay, never mind. Xander dies early, everybody.
And he just pulls up his hands, which have these huge nail claws on them, and his teeth go like that as he walks towards you. Go ahead, and we're going to roll initiative again, but it is now you against him.
Oh, I got an 11.
You actually won the initiative.
Yeah!
What is your first action you would like to do?
I'm gonna go for his stomach. I'm gonna take that butcher knife and just swing at his stomach.
Roll to attack, my friend.
Woo! 17!
You wind back and you just slice the cleaver at him, and it cuts him right below one of his ribs, which you actually see some rib exposed. And he
Yeah, I'm the man.
He draws out one of his huge hands with claws and swipes down at you from above. Does a 13 hit. What's your armor class?
13.
His claw just kind of hooks your shoulder down to your collarbone, kind of gashes you. He sees you and his pupils dilate, they get super big, and he just...
Oh no, not the blood. I look at his long talons on his hands and I'm like, ooh, those need to go. And I'm gonna go swing straight for one of his hands.
Roll for it.
17.
Your blade makes contact with his long bony fingers, and he... And you see 4 fingers just topple to the ground and roll down the stairs that are in front of you.
Yeah.
As
As I see him stumble back from his wounds, I'm going to make another swing for his stomach. 15.
you swing, and you miss because he moves just out of the way. Your knife clinks against the stone wall of the stairwell. It's at this time that you actually hear Miss Frida, "Xander, you need to run!" And you hear another vampire taking down the hallway towards you.
Oh, dear Jesus, I forgot there was 2. Okay, yeah, Xander, we're gonna have to book it, buddy. We cannot fight 2 of them. We're gonna die.
Xander, you're at the bottom of the stairs, and you hear that door upstairs open up as a second vampire starts making his way down. His friend is taking way too long with the kid. Roll a dex save for me.
18.
You're holding your cleaver, and you're overwhelmed right now. That's when you feel a hand slip into your pocket and pull something out. And for a minute, your heart stops. You're like, who is there? You turn around. Austin has gotten free of his bonds. And from inside your pocket, he's grabbed the yo-yo. And he starts...
That's mad crazy. Go, Austin.
16, it lands. He's swinging that around behind you, and he's ready to fight. He's done being afraid. So now it is 2 against 2. It is 2 against 2.
All right, let's do this, Austin. But I want to yell, see if Miss Frida can hear me, and try to do something with the garlic. Maybe something that'll help us. Miss Frida, the garlic in your pocket. You gotta throw it.
There is no immediate response.
I look heroically at Austin. I'm like, Are you ready to fight these sons of bitches?
Yeah. I don't know what some bitches are, but I'm ready to fight them.
So, yeah, you guys are ready to square up with some vampires. Okay, so he attacks again with his yow yow. He knocks the vampire again, right in the teeth, knocking out one of its teeth. And the vampire stumbles back and actually knocks one of the oil lamps off of the wall and spills out onto the ground. The second vampire drops down right next to the first one, his feet landing splat splat in the oil. Both claws just right down on Austin's face and chest right here. Austin is gushing blood from his ear down to his chin, and he collapses to the ground.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah. It is now your turn.
Miss Frida! Xander's scared now. Shit. Fuck. I want to go right for his leg. 15.
So you go to swipe at his legs. He's very agile, and he just quick gives a little hop over your knife.
I'm gonna go right for his legs again. Like, he's coming down. I missed. I'm coming back around, baby. 18.
That will hit. He jumps over the first one. You get him on the second one, and you chop into the side of his shin on that.
Does he happen to be on the ground right now?
He's like on his butt on the step or two, like right in front of you.
I want to go for the head. Or the neck. To be more specific, the neck. 17, baby!
So you bring your cleaver back, and you... It gets him right there. The second one is raising to his feet now. Austin is still laying on the ground. He's kind of scooting back and holding his face still. While you see the first vampire rising to his feet, you see what looks like water dripping down the stairs behind the first vampire. You see what looks like water dripping down, but then as it meets the oil that's on the ground, you realize it is also oil. You glance up, and Jane has broken an oil lamp and is pouring it down the stairs.
Yeah, Jane! Yeah, Jane!
She looks at you and Austin, she goes, "Get out of here!"
No! Wait, no! No. No.
Thank you! The vampires start screeching, and the heat is blistering against you as you and Austin just start backing up against your will, singeing the hairs off of your arms and like your eyebrows a little bit. You back up and you get out the door as you hear the screaming of the vampires, and they're writhing up. It does not appear that the fire is reaching all the way up to the top floor. However, it is fully... It's turned the stone stairwell into an oven. Anything in or around that is done.
No! Damn it.
As you both exit the orphanage and you walk out onto the street.
Do we see Miss Frida?
No, you don't.
Damn it.
Austin is still holding his face and actually gets some of the clothing that's over in the pile that you left him in and starts holding it to his face along with some ice just to cool it down. It's burning so much. The snow starts to fall slowly.
Of course it does.
So Xander, I guess we're free now. Right?
Tears fall down his face. And he just nods his head.
We're not going to find our families, are we?
No.
Huh. What are you going to do next?
Take where the road leads me.
As you say this to him, you both kind of nod to each other and you look one last time at the orphanage. And you leave it in the past behind you as you take on for a new type of adventure on the streets as two orphan boys that escaped the orphanage and escaped death, the lingering words of the vampires echoing in your mind so much that you kind of liked the sound of it almost. Youngblood. It's got a ring to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Following this, Xander wakes up in Rafton's bookstore in the cellar underneath. And that's when you hear Rafton being arrested.